How's it going, everyone? This is DJ. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will show you how to install a Kodi fork, which will allow you to run two instances of Kodi on the same device without interfering with each other. And also, why would you want to install one and what are the benefits? So without any further ado, grab your remote and let's get right to it. So let's start with what is a Kodi fork. A Kodi fork is pretty much a modified clone version of the original Kodi app. Some have their name and logo only and nothing else in there, so pretty much it's just a plain Kodi install. And others also have their wizard, so you can install the build that they have, like for example the Dig Chef wizard, where you can install the Xenon build. Now, why would you want to install a Kodi fork? Most users find it helpful if they already have a Kodi setup where it works pretty good for them, but they saw a new build or some add-ons that they want to try out. By using a Kodi fork, you can install that build or the add-ons that you want to test, and it won't affect the current setup that you have. Then if you want to add those add-ons to the current setup or switch to that build, then at least you know that those are going to work for you. So let's move on to how to install a Kodi fork. Now in this video I'm using a Fire TV Stick 4K Max 2nd Gen, but this will work the same on any Fire TV device except of the Fire TV Stick 4K Select or the Fire TV Stick HD, the 2026 version. Both of them run the Vega OS operating system, which does not allow you to sideload. This will also work on any Android Google TV device like the on 4K Pro, so you can follow along here. Now we're going to be using the Downloader app. For the Android Google TV devices, you can get that from the Play Store. All you gotta do is do a search for Downloader by AFTV News, download it, install it, and pretty much you're done. Now for Fire TV devices, there's a few extra steps that we need to take here. The first thing we need to do is go to the magnifying glass, scroll down and start typing in Downloader, and you will see it on the results on the right here. Click on it, and it will be the first one, the one by AFTV News, as you can see here. All you need to do is click on Get It. It will download and install it. And then all you got to do is press the home button after. Here you're going to go to the corner of the three lines. And you're going to scroll down to Settings over here. You're going to click on it. And we're going to go down where it says My Fire TV. You're going to click on there. Now most likely you're not going to see developer options. No worries. All you got to do to enable developer options, you got to click on About. And where it says Fire TV for me, it may say something different for you. All you gotta do is click on it 7 times. You're gonna start getting a countdown, and then after you're gonna see a message that says no need, you're already a developer. Now you can press the back button once. You will see developer options here. Click on it. Go down to install unknown apps. Click on there. Find downloader, and you're gonna click on it once. It turns it on. And that's it. Now we can go back to the home page. You need to scroll down and find your apps and channels. You're going to look for the Downloader app. We're going to click on it. And now from this point on, if you own a Google TV device or a Fire TV device, these steps are going to be the same for both. Now we're going to be using a short code here, so you can enter that either by going on the top here where it says click here to enter a URL. I prefer to use the pound sign over here on the right. This brings up the number pad only, not the full keyboard. Alright, so we're going to put a short code for my website, which will be the 2707470. And then once you enter that code, you're going to press next. And give it 5 seconds. It's going to redirect you to my website. Now from here, if you want to add this website so you don't have to remember the short code or anything or the name of it, you can just press the 3-line button on the remote. Or on Android, you can just press and hold the OK button for a second or two. And then you can just click here where it says Add Current Page to Favorites. Click on there, click on Save. And then the next time you want to visit my website, all you got to do is go to the right here. Go down to Favorites. It will be right there. Click on it. And it brings you right here. Alright, so let's scroll down here. And pretty soon you're going to see Kodi forks. There we go. Now the first one's over here, the two over here by Red Wizard. These two forks, one of them is a 32-bit, the other one's a 64. Most users are going to want to use this 32-bit. You don't want to use a 64-bit unless you got the NVIDIA Shield, for example. Now this one comes with a built-in wizard, so once you install it and launch it, you will see the Red Wizard pop up. Then you can install one of the builds that they have available. And if we scroll down a little bit more, you will see the one from Doomsday here. Now this one pretty much is just a plain Kodi setup, nothing in there, which is perfect for people that want to try out a new build or add-ons. You don't have to deal with the wizard popping up or extra files in there. So we're going to start with Doomsday, so we're going to click on it, give it a few seconds, it's going to start downloading the file. Now it's going to stage it. Here you want to click on install. And when it's done, we're going to click on done here. You don't want to open it. And then here you want to click on delete and then confirm it again. Click on delete again to delete the installation file. You don't need the installation file after you're done. It just takes up space. All right, so we can press the home button on the remote. Here we're going to go down to our apps and channels again, and if we scroll to the right all the way to the end, you will see Doomsday right here. We're going to click on it, press continue. Here you want to make sure you click on allow, and just let it boot up. Yeah, that's it. This is the Doomsday Kodi fork. As you can see here, there's nothing in here. We go to add-ons, you got nothing in there. It's just plain Kodi install. We can go to the settings. Now in here, one good thing about Kodi forks, if you go to system, most of the videos that you watch to install a build or any add-ons, they tell you to go to your system, go down to add-ons, and you need to enable unknown sources. This is already done for you, so you can skip this part. The next thing you just got to do now is just go to File Manager, click on Add Source, and continue the video from there. Now, if you're looking for more information on how to install an add-on or other Kodi builds or forks or how to customize Kodi, let's say make your own Kodi build, you can visit my website. I will put a link in the description below, and you can find a lot more information there. And that's how easy it is to install a Kodi fork. So what do you guys think? Is this something you're going to use? Do you like the idea of using a Kodi fork? I would love to know. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Alright, I think that should do it for today. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will answer everybody's question as soon as possible. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. It does let YouTube know you like what I do here, and it does help my channel grow. Thank you for watching. This is DJ. Till next time.